A Mini Epic, Part 1. The first time I crossed the bridge into Veilburg Valley, the brigands took my sword. The second time, they took my boots. By the third, they were eyeing my belt, and I was done being polite. 10 gold or your left shoe, snarled the bandit captain, his breath reeking of sour ale and poor life choices. Behind him, a hulking troll named Boris cracked his knuckles. The brigands had painted a crude crown on his forehead in what looked like berry juice. I tossed the coin purse onto the dirt. "Keep the change!" As I strode past, the captain smirked. "Watch the roads at night, hero. The real monsters don't bother with tolls." Veilburg village was a skeleton of what it had been. Shutters hung crooked on abandoned homes, the tavern's sign creaked in the wind. Its painted lion had long since faded to a ghost. The innkeeper, a wiry man with a permanent squint, slid a mug of something vaguely ale-shaped across the counter. "Baron's been gone 3 months. The imposter up in the castle's got the brigands doing his work, stealing food, borrowing folk for labor." He leaned in. "Worse, the goblins in the north woods. They ain't staying in those woods no more." I set my mug down. "Where's the real Baron?" "Some say dead. Some say the brigands got him locked up." His eyes flicked to my empty scabbard. "Either way, you'll need more than guts if you're thinking about fixing this." I spent a lot of time in this village, doing my best to earn people's trust. I visited the castle. I worked as a stable hand, trying to get some inside information. I learned of a witch that lived in the woods. That would be my next stop. Baba Yaga's hut stank of pickled mischief and cat. The fence outside was made of bones, and the chicken legs it stood on twitched as if it were dreaming of a hound.
"Ah!"
cackled the witch as I edged past a bubbling cauldron.
"Another hero."
She spat the word out like a rotten plum.
"Come to beg for magic? A spell to slay your enemies? A potion to—"
"I need to find the real Baron von Veilburg." Her grin turned razor sharp.
"First, you'll fetch me abridged hole's small clothes."
I stared, bewildered.
Freshly washed, of course.
The first time I passed the northern thicket, there were 3 goblins roasting a stolen chicken. The second time, a dozen had erected a shoddy watchtower. By the third, their camp sprawled like a festering wound. Tents stitched from stolen linens, cages full of snapping wolf pups, and a banner made from someone's wedding quilt flapping overhead. I crouched in the brush, counting sentries. Then I unsheathed my new sword, stolen back from the brigand stash, and got to work. Goblins shrieked, arrows whistled past my head. One particularly brave grunt lunged at me with a fork. My boot heel got to him first. When it was over, I torched their supplies, but as the smoke curled into the twilight, I knew they'd be back. Goblins always came back. Exhaustion dragged at my bones. I had been going for so long. I stumbled into a moonlit glade. That's when I heard the music. The fairies danced in a ring of mushrooms, their laughter like wind chimes. One, taller than the rest, with moth-wing sleeves, extended a hand.
"Rest, mortal,"
she murmured. Common sense said no. Folktales agreed. But the music wove through my ribs, and for the first time in forever, I remembered what it was to not be hunting or hunted. I took her hand. We spun until dawn painted the sky. When I woke, alone in the dew, my wounds were healed, and a single silver acorn rested in my palm. A lot happened over the next few days. There was a thieves' guild, a wizard, and a talking rat. So much. But what's important is this. Baba Yaga got her bridge troll's underwear. Then Boris drank something that heavily sedated him. He'll be waking up soon, and I don't want to be anywhere near him when he does. He's going to be looking for me. I got what I was looking for and knew where to go next. The brigands' hideout reeked of unwashed ambition. I slithered through the tunnels, past barrels of stolen ale and a very sad-looking throne made of kindling. Then I heard it, a weak cough from behind a barred door. The real Baron von Veilburg was a shadow of the portraits in town. His beard was matted, his fine clothes reduced to rags, but his eyes burned when they saw me. "The imposter's a puppet," he rasped. "Brigands answer to someone else. A thing in the castle dungeons. It whispers to them, promises them power." He gripped my wrist. "It's growing." Outside, a horn blared. Boris the troll bellowed. Time was up. We have to go. And we did. The Baron and I escaped. We were chased. But we made it to the Lady's Peace, a small lake outside of town that hid the innocent from those who wished to do them harm. It was a magical place and it served its purpose. Shortly after, we met up with the sheriff. He took the Baron in and rallied the guard. They were off to retake the castle. I had another mission. The castle halls echoed with the slap of my boots on stone. The imposter Baron fled at the sight of me, his glued-on mustache flapping. The dungeon door was cold. Frost crackled along its hinges. Inside, the air throbbed like a rotten heart. And in the center of the chamber, pulsing in a nest of stolen gold and gnawed bones, was a monster. It raised its head and looked at me. A distant voice spoke softly in my head then.
"The seed."
The monster, a bulbous, veined thing, quivered as I approached. Tendrils slithered toward me. It whispered in a voice like crackling ice.
"Yes. Fight. Struggle. Feed me."
I reached into my pouch and raised the silver acorn. It screamed. The explosion shattered the dungeon ceiling. Sunlight speared the darkness as the monster withered, its tendrils flailing. But victory came at a cost. The castle groaned. Stones rained down. I barely dragged the Baron to safety before the east tower collapsed in a roar of dust. On the bridge out of town, the brigand captain waited. His men were gone. His troll was gone. He drew his sword. I didn't bother with mine. One punch sent him splashing into the river. The village celebrated for a week. The goblins retreated. For now. They'd be back. Goblins always came back. The fairies left a wreath of moonflowers on the inn's doorstep. But as I packed to leave, the Baron pressed a map into my hand. "The brigands weren't the only ones listening to that thing," he said quietly. "Riders say the goblin clans are gathering under a new warlord. And the whispers," his jaw tightened, "they're spreading." I tucked the map away. Somewhere to the north, a storm gathered. And heroes never retire.